word about the council that the Catholic Educational Association of the Philippines currently chairs. Founded in 1961, the COCOPEA, or the Coordinating Council of Private Educational Associations, serves as the unifying voice of private education in the Philippines, as vital to its end purpose, which is that of the improvement of the human capital, the development of the human person. The COCOPEA takes the lead in public policy development on behalf of the 5 private educational associations that counts about 2,500 educational and learning communities among its member schools, colleges, universities, and tech-voc institutions. It seeks to promote, advance, and safeguard the interest of private education in the country. And moreover, COCOPEA advances, promotes, and protects academic freedom, quality education, the essential complementarity between public and private education, the healthy relationship between private educational institutions and government based on autonomous self-governance and reasonable regulation, in personal development, social justice, and the common good. I thought I'd present that as some kind of an introduction into the organization that I presently chair, which is that of COCOPEA, and of which CEAP is a member organization. I'd like to thank the PLDT chairperson, Mr. Manny Pangilinan, for partnering with COCOPEA in making the technological landscape for educational institutions in the Philippines more competitive and relevant to our students and for our more than 2,500 learning institutions all over the country. Thank you, PLDT SME. Thank you, Mr. MVP. Pak-Wan Chan is the current director of the Research Center for Science and Technology for Learning, based in Taiwan. In 2005, he gathered fellow researchers from Nottingham University, Stanford, University of Michigan, Nanyang Technological University to do a global research on how one-to-one technology can enhance learning. In their study, they anticipated that over the next 10 years, personal, portable, wirelessly networked technologies will become ubiquitous in the lives of learners. There were 3 factors that they identified that will make technology a rudimentary part in the lives of learners. 1, the ubiquitous access to mobile, connected, and personal handhelds. 2, the relentless pace of technological developments in one-to-one computing. And 3, the evolution of new innovative uses of these handhelds. These 3 factors, according to Mr. Chan and company, will create the new phase in evolution of technologically advanced, enhanced learning characterized by seamless learning space. Mr. Chan's research was just a decade ago. Today, the context of our 21st century learners has changed and will continue to do so. The ubiquitous access to mobile, connected, and personal handhelds has actually flattened the world, to quip Thomas Friedman. Relating, learning, working, and entertaining have become a seamless space for the learners of today, brought about by the relentless pace of technological developments and the evolution of new innovations, providing solutions at our fingertips. PLDT Executive Vice President and EPLDT President and CEO, Eric Alberto, said, "Business tools and solutions that used to be accessible only to large enterprises have now been customized to fit the unique needs of SMEs. We're empowering them so they too can harness the potential of our technology solutions and achieve maximum business growth." Alberto added, "ICT is a crucial ingredient in achieving economic growth. It levels the playing field and allows SMEs to achieve competitiveness, longevity, and sustainability, particularly in this digital era." This partnership comes at a very crucial time as the educational landscape continues to flatten itself, and as the 21st century learners evolve towards being more technologically savvy and increasingly competitive. Cocopea's partnership with PLDT SME Nation hopes to enable and empower more communities of learning in this rapidly changing digital era by providing easy access to industry-leading business tools and solutions. Thus, we are supporting today's Digital Campus Suite. In The Truth About Youth, a study that the McCann World Group published in 2011, one finds a compelling insight into the lives of our young people today. It surveyed 7,000 young people from around the world, including the Philippines, to determine the various factors that motivate them and the stuff that make them different from other generations. McCann found the emergence of a generation with fundamental commonalities that transcend borders. There were three motivations that were ranked highly in every country, and these were: 1, commune, the need for connection, relationships, friendships, and community. 2, justice, the need for social or personal justice, to do what is right and to be an activist. 3, authenticity, the need to see things as they are. McCann correlated this finding with the way technology has changed the lifestyle of today's youth. McCann offered 4. 1, technology as a fifth sense. 2, the Friends Arms Race. 3, the Truth Hunters. And 4, Justice Reimagined. Let me just take them briefly, one at a time. Technology as a fifth sense. All three of these motivations are underpinned and fueled by their relationship with technology, now so intrinsic and fundamental that half of our young people would sooner give up one of their human senses than to give up their technology. Take note, for example, how many young people, and probably even adults, take hold of their cell phone as if it was part of their bodies, from morning until evening when they're asleep. And even when they're asleep, the cell phone is still there. The French arms race. Young people nowadays exist in a social economy where they're increasingly defining themselves via who they connect and what they connect people to. You take a look at some of the social media and you will realize that it is basically that. It's a search for friends, it's a search for people with whom to connect with. And the more people you connect, the more gratifying it becomes. 3, the truth hunters. Truthful is the single most sought value in a friend. And authenticity is one of the highest rated motivations. Little wonder young people are obsessed with the truth when they exist in a world of curated identities, Facebook-worthy lives, and info obesity. Google is their #1 ally in the quest for truth, and they are seeking substance from many commercial brands and celebrities alike. 4, justice reimagined. Young people around the world are reinventing the idea of what justice is and how it works. Social media is having a powerful and quite paradoxical role in the quest for doing the right thing. On a personal level, young people believe they have a strong notion of the difference between right and wrong. But this is increasingly and hazardously informed by the values of the internet. What is good? What does the internet say? What is bad? What does the internet say? Their new moral framework will continue to transform everything around us, from the laws that govern our lives to our workplaces. Technology has indeed become the ubiquitous in the lives of our learners. This is something that is both momentous and fascinating, but at the same time hazardous and dangerous for us who have a direct stake in the education of the young. While on the one hand, people seem to be pursuing technological development in their daily lives and to be sinking ever deeper into consumerism and materialism on the other hand, we are witnessing desperate search for meaning, the need for an inner life, and genuine relationships and engagements. Our longing for meaningful connections seem to increase in direct proportion to our accessibility and the development of technology that we have at hand. Technology can connect us to our friends and loved ones, but it would not be able to provide meaningful relationships and engagements. Technology can provide us with a platform to be creative, but it cannot be the source of our creativity. It can provide us with a lot of information, but transformation can only happen in relationships and engagements. This is why educators remain to be significant component in the lives of the 21st century learners. Though technology can offer love and meaningful relationships and compassion, it is our task and ethical responsibility as educators to be able to provide such an environment and proper engagements for the youth of today. We can provide technology to enhance learning, yet we ought to provide love and compassion to enable humanity to flourish as individuals and as future citizens of the global community. I'd like to end maybe just with a little story culled from our experience with our De La Salle schools. And I'm not referring to any of our schools in the Philippines. I'm referring to one of our schools in Singapore. I think the name is St. John's in Singapore. They're not used to naming their schools after De La Salle, so you wouldn't think they were De La Salle schools. But one of our brothers spoke during one assembly, and he spoke about, I think they were celebrating their 75th year as an institution, as an educational institution. And during that assembly, he was saying, you know, he says, Singapore has arrived. Singapore is at the zenith of technology, advanced technology, everything at its fingertips. And after many years, he says, that's what we have tried to achieve. But he said, Singapore has lost its soul. I thought that was a significant comment that he made, that we can be high in terms of technology, high-tech, but low touch. But I think we could learn from others. We could learn from other more technologically advanced countries, and to be able to learn from their experience and ask ourselves, is this probably something that technology is going to bring us? It's going to make things advance, faster, more significant in terms of facilitating and making sure our lives are made more comfortable, enhanced learning, and so forth. But in the process, we hope and pray that we do not lose our souls. With that, I pray that in our attempt to make ourselves technologically advanced, we likewise make sure that we are at pace in terms of our development as human beings, as beings created in the image and likeness of God. In this partnership, PLDT SME would provide the technology, and as educators, we will provide the space for genuine relationships in the teaching, learning, engagement. May our relationship be a fruitful one, for all of our stakeholders and communities of learning. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you very, very much again. That is Brother June Ergiza. We asked him to please remain on stage because from a meaningful message